What's up guys, this is Cory. Welcome to CNA Films and Animation. Today I'm going to be talking about another Best Picture nominated movie, this one from 2002, Michael Cunningham's The Hours. So The Hours was directed by Stephen Daldry, and it was based on a book by Michael Cunningham, and it starred Meryl Streep, Julianne Moore, Nicole Kidman, Ed Harris, John C. Reilly, Toni Collette, Jeff Daniels, and Claire Danes. So the film follows three women, each in different decades, who each share personal themes and situations in their lives that, kind of wrap around each other. So the first character is Virginia Woolf, played by Nicole Kidman, and she is a writer. She's writing the book Mrs. Dalloway, and she is mainly concerned about the book. She's trying to figure out how to end it and everything. And she's kind of in a slump in her life. She's a little depressed and everything. And yeah, she's, battling depression. She's, trying to finish the book. And, that's pretty much the gist of her story. Next we follow Julianne Moore. She is a mother. Her husband is John C. Reilly. And she is pregnant with a girl, I think, and pretty much she is heavily depressed. She doesn't really know what she wants to do with her life. She's just a very depressed woman, and she is heavily thinking about committing suicide. She has a young boy who's probably about 8 years old or so, and her husband, he goes off to work and everything. It's his birthday, and she's just kind of in a slump. And then we have Meryl Streep. She is in 2001, and she has a husband played by Ed Harris, who is dying of AIDS. He came out as being gay, and so did she. She is in a relationship with Allison Janney, and she's trying to prepare a party for her ex-husband, who is Ed Harris, suffering of AIDS. And, he wrote a book. It's not really a popular book. It's just being published, but people who read it say that it's, overly long and uninteresting, basically. And, they just aren't really into the book, but they're there to support him. And, each of these women, they are either reading, writing, or live by the book Mrs. Dalloway by Virginia Woolf. And, they're just all kind of in a slump in their lives. Some of them are heavily depressed, some of them are just depressed or, relatively sad. And, it's just kind of a drama. The film won one Oscar, and that was for Best Actress in a Leading Role for Nicole Kidman, and it was nominated for 8 Oscars, including Best Picture, Best Actor in a Supporting Role for Ed Harris, Best Actress in a Supporting Role for Julianne Moore, Best Director for Stephen Dalloway, Best Film Editing, Best Adapted Screenplay, Best Original Score, and Best Costume Design. Well guys, The Hours was a decent film. It tells a relatively interesting story. Fantastic acting from, all three leads, Meryl Streep, Julianne Moore, and Nicole Kidman. And, it does have some interesting characters. It does have some interesting camera work, a lot of great cinematography and editing. But honestly, guys, this film is not really my cup of tea. One thing that I feel going against this movie is that, it tells the story of these three women. They, for the most part, not fully, but for the most part, they really don't have anything in common. Well, no, they have some things in common, but, they don't really connect in a full, inclusive way. There's a couple of characters that connect, but for the most part, it's 3 different timelines, 3 different women. There's some coincidental like similarities between them, but you know, if you were to actually sit down and say, you know, that they all had like this huge connection, I didn't see it. Um, you know, it's kind of a slow-paced movie. You know, it runs about 2 hours long, a little shorter than 2 hours, but about an hour and 55 minutes or so, and it it does tend to drag on. Some characters were more interesting than others. Some scenes and situations were more interesting than, you know, other moments. But this is an interesting story. You know, the three main leads do a fantastic job. You know, it's just, I feel like the book, or the, you know, the translation between the book and the movie just, you know, at least I haven't read the book. I don't even know much about the book, but you know, it just didn't seem like it really connected all that well. It's one of those movies, you either like it or you don't. I'm one of those that is a little more on the don't side. I just never really grabbed me, and it just was kind of a chore to watch, and that's unfortunate because, I mean, you know, Meryl Streep, Julianne Moore, and Nicole Kidman are all fantastic actresses. They do great jobs in their performances in this movie, and there's definitely some like cinematography, camera work, and visual stuff that is really well done and very impressive. But as a movie overall, it just didn't work for me. So I'm going to give this movie a 6 out of 10. Again, it was just okay to me. I'm sure some of you guys really love this movie, and if you do, I'm glad. You know, I mean, it really is not a bad movie, it's just not for me. So tell me, guys, have you seen The Hours? If you have, what'd you think of it? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? What'd you think of the performances? What'd you think of the cinematography, the direction, the writing? Have you read the book? If you have, does it compare to the movie well? Comment below, let me know. Love to hear your feedback. If you guys like this video, be sure to like, favorite, subscribe. Be sure to check out our other videos. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And as always, I am Cory, and I'll see you guys in the next one.